Hey everyone, we're going to shoot a quick underside video on this 280 SEL, and I took some pictures. We're going to do a couple minutes of video, but looks like we have a new Dansk fuel tank here and some new CAD plated hardware, which is nice to see. We do have a single outlet exhaust on here, and looks like it's not OEM, but that's okay. The rear swing axle looks like it's in good shape. Brake hose has flexibility. Looks like the fuel system's been gone through recently. I see fuel injection style hose rings on there. That all looks pretty straightforward. Most importantly, the wheel wells have no rust. This car is rather straight for a W108. Floor pans look nice. Really simple cars underneath. They're nice to work on. There's your center support shaft bearing, which is nice. I guess I'll spin it with my hand real fast. No wobbles or anything. The transmission mount is newer. I inspected it earlier and it looks really good. Looks like someone's had some tie rods on here recently. Same with the center drag link, steering damper, all that stuff's been done. That's good. Newer brake lines as well. And just did transmission fluid flush, replaced the gasket. And I will say that I think there's a leak somewhere around here. It does drip. It's probably a main seal, which these transmissions aren't that hard to get out, but just want to point that out. Brand new oil pan gasket. We got some new cooler lines. It looks like someone's put some newer ATE front brake calipers on here, which is nice. Again, you can see the wheel wells, good shape. Radiator looks newer as well. The cooling system on this car is pretty dialed in. Cool, well there's the underside. I might as well give the wheels a nice shake. No movement. Go to the other side. See a little ding in the hubcap right there. Yeah, there we are. Cool, there's on the side, walk around. All right, we're gonna start with the exterior, and then we'll move to the interior and then engine bay. As you can see, it has eyeballs. The chrome's in really nice shape. The paint is actually quite nice. The whole car has been repainted, which most of these at this point have been. And this is a really tough paint color. It's not like the metallics, which are fragile. So we'll start at the front. You can see all the bright work, really nice shape. Do the front indicators, stacked headlights. These are US market headlights, which I actually kind of like over the Euro headlights. Huge grille. This is a high grille car. Obviously it's a 1970s Series 2 car. You see all the body lines line up. The paint's nice. Still has the brushed aluminum wipers. You can see there is a star on the windshield. Feel just like a little tiny pencil head worth of chip space there. Original Hirschman antenna, which is really cool. I gotta test the radio. I think it turns on, but I think some speakers are out, but we'll go over that in a minute. Go down the side of the car. There's really no dings. There's a couple of scratches. There's, a chip there. That's a little chip there too. You can see down the side of the car is really, really nice. The door gaps line up. I'll be shooting up my camera, you can see it better there, but all the trim work. You can see this mirror has some weird hazing issues going on there. Those are pretty inexpensive to replace. You see the wood, which is nice. Usually these will like to leak around here, and they get in, and especially with the sunroofs, they'll leak in and damage the wood. But yeah, it's not damaged. You can just see it is a long wheelbase, just how much longer that rear door is. There's tons of room inside. We've got Hankook Optimo tires on here. Let's see here. I'm sure I can find a date code. It might be mounted on the inside. But they felt really good on the road, like brand new tread. Yeah, I think the date codes are mounted on the inside. I'll have to lay underneath the car and find that later. See, the glass is in nice shape. You've got the loop carpeting. Got a little mark there. I tried to buff it out, but it looks like there's been touch up on it. You just see all the body panel gaps are stellar. I mean, this is a car made in the, this is essentially a car from the 60s. This car's from the 1970s, but the Germans are on point with making just all their construction techniques. These were so far ahead of their time. I might, need the key to get in the trunk. We'll do that here in a minute. We'll do it now. We'll go down the side of the car in a second. Here we go. There was a aftermarket, or actually it is OEM, but it's not to the car. Floor mat. You can see some, looks like an old repair at some point. These were really, really easy to rot out in the wheel well corners. So that's not surprising. I think everyone I've seen actually has a repair there. It's kind of funny. But someone has replaced the trunk seal at some point. That is newer. It's nice and soft. And I washed the car and there's no water inside, so I think it's pretty tight. Spare wheel, have a toolkit, tire iron. You have your Bilstein jack right there and a spare tire, which, oh, they actually replaced it, which is cool when they replaced all the others. So that is a new spare tire. No corrosion up there. What a good shut noise. I really miss mine. I kind of want to get another one. Again, body panel gaps, really nice. I do want to point out there are two dings. There's one right there, which I think I have photographs in the gallery from my undersides, and then another one right here. I'm not sure what happened, but there is that. We'll start in the rear seat. Door panels, brown, the brown leather. This car appears to have been reupholstered at some point. Whoever did it did a fantastic job. I don't believe this is original. I'm saying that not because it looks unoriginal, but because of the condition. These all had untreated horsehair pads, and a lot of these just disintegrated. It feels like a more modern seat cushion material, which is good. These are very expensive to replace. Lightworks. And they're really supportive. Tons of leg room. I got the seats kind of back right now, but you have lap belts for the 3 occupants. This door does not open, I will say that. The headliner's in nice shape. And this window switch back here does not roll the window down. The one in the front does, however. God, this car smells so good inside. Most of these came with MB Techs, so seeing a leather car is really cool. Excuse me, that was my little detail glove from earlier. You see the carpets are nice and brown. Usually if they see a lot of sun damage, they turn green, which is kind of what the rear parcel shelf is doing, which would make sense. It sees way more sun than the interior carpets. It's got some sales literature and some records, registration. I'll be taking pictures of all that, but you can see the wood's in nice shape. Got your really big ashtray in here. But car doesn't smell like smoke or anything. And then you can see just the extent of the sun damage on there. Driver's seats in stellar condition. I mean, if these are original seats, I would be really, really pleased. I mean, they could be, but just the condition, they're too nice. I don't know. This is my gut is telling me that they've been redone, but like by someone who really knows what they're doing. They're just way too supportive. The padding feels too good. To see how beautiful they are. They're really nice. Carpeting. You can see someone put some heat shielding down there, which is actually really nice. I like those OEM Plus touches. Carpet's in good shape. Got your courtesy light. There's your e-brake, umbrella handle. Go to the engine bay. You can see a little crack there, and a little one starting there. That's totally normal. It'd be a freak of a car if it did not have this cracked big light steering wheel. But that one's in really good shape. I've seen worse. All right, we have a newer interstate battery, which I like to see. Costco sells a really good battery. It's a 94 group, which is the correct size. Newer ignition coil. All the ignition stuff is soft and supple. It's been done at some point. You see the AC has been gone through recently. New Continental belt. Brand new AC lines. Yeah, really open, simple engine bay. And there's your mechanical fuel pump right there. It's just such a robust, ingenious system. You know, some vacuum lines, these cars weren't as vacuum heavy as later 123s. But let's go ahead and start the car. You can hear it running. I got a key somewhere in my pocket. Look at the door panel in the meantime. There we are. It's a nice hot start for you. Doesn't smell like burning oil or anything. It just smells like an old classic hot Mercedes engine. Hood shuts nicely. Sometimes those will get hung up. All right, let's kind of poke around the interior. Let's see what works, what doesn't. Love the corner windows. Also, look at the wood condition. All of these, it actually looks like it's been replaced at some point. These usually delaminate and chip. Those are in really good shape. Same with that. But yeah, we got wiper blades here. You do have two settings for them. Sunroof, this will be a little scary. Let's see if that works. I hate opening sunroofs, but it works. Yes, that's cool. Huge unit of a sunroof. Radio. Ah, there you go. Antenna doesn't rise up. I hear that speaker crackling. I know there's one up here as well. So yeah, radio might need a little bit of work, or the speakers, but I mean, it's all super easy to get to. But it does work, and Becker does rebuild these for a couple $100. Try windows. You see there's no there's no tint on it. It's got the factory blue, or the factory green glass. Okay, so that one doesn't work. Alright, so the two right windows do not run. As you can see, your temp gauges are nice. Let's see here, what else? We've got our emergency flashers here. Might as well see if those operate, and I'm going to turn on some lights too. Yep, lights work. Let's go to the front. See, corner light on. So hazards do work. We'll turn our brights on. Brights work. God, it looks handsome with the headlights on. Alright, well, and I'll also show you how this switch doesn't really do anything. Door shuts are nice. You see it does illuminate there, which is awesome. It's like your town and country horn. Alright, well, there we go. Oh, I do want to mention that this has fractured, oh, actually it does move around. That fractured there. You can get replacements. This is a not a bad job to do, but if you replace that, I would get new ones. These, they're all pretty old. So, all right, there we go. Interior and exterior walk around on this 280. I'm gonna drive back up to the shop. Hey everyone, welcome to the driving portion of the video. We're gonna take this lovely little 280 SEL around the block here in Marietta, Georgia. Try to get up to speed, show you, you know, how it deals in traffic and, you know, all kinds of driving conditions. So this car has a lot going for it. First is the mechanical condition of the car. It drives really, really well. A lot of these W108s nowadays aren't that good. Just because they've been around for a while, they've been, you know, rather inexpensive cars for decades at this point. They've fallen into the wrong hands, and people don't maintain them like they should be. This car has led a pretty good life so far. So we'll start with the engine. It's the M130.980. So you're about 160 horsepower. A little bit more torque. Kind of corners really nicely. And I got an ambulance behind me. I'm going to slow down here, and we'll get back on it here in a second. Do a kick down. It's 50, 65, 60, 65, 70. 80. The car's got legs. I really like these M130 inline 6s. I think all the 280 SEs and SELs, for that matter, are very undervalued for what you're getting. Everyone wants the V8, but these inline 6s are so good. It's very similar to the engine that's in the Pagoda, in the 280 SL. So that's adds to its value, in my opinion. And these engines have good power too. They're very daily drivable. You can take them on road trips, date nights. You can do kind of everything in them. They're not slow whatsoever. Really good torque as well. And you have immediate throttle response. These are mechanical fuel injection engines. So it's kind of set up like a you know, like the diesel engines with the mechanical fuel pump bolted to the side of the engine. Pretty reliable. That's if they're driven, and this car has been driven. You want to buy one that's actually been driven. You don't want a super low mileage car that's just kind of sat around for a long time. This is a car I'd recommend you get up to temperature once every 2 weeks. Even better if you do it every day. The car is going to really, really like that. God, the suspension suspension's really tight. The steering's good. The steering coupler, the bushings are missing. So the steering could be better. But there are 2 little plastic bushings that go in there, and on the inline 6 cars, they're not that hard to replace. And the parts are, I don't know, $10. So this is a W108. Don't get this confused because it's a long wheelbase and you think it's a W109. W109s were this chassis of car that had air suspension. That's the main differentiator between the two. So this has no air suspension. It's static, which is good. In my opinion, the air suspension cars ride nicely, but like I don't think it's worth the premium of repair prices and just the premium that they sell for it. I think a lot of people just think they want the top of the line stuff with this, and they don't actually have any experience interacting with you know, lower trim cars. So I think that's where the value comes in. It's just a lack of other people's experience. So we did oil cooler lines on here, transmission fluid flush, new transmission pan gasket, filter, oil change, oil pan gasket, did a bunch of cleaning on the bottom end of the engine. And I will say there was a lot of wetness on the bottom end, which is why I replaced a bunch of gaskets and hoses. I couldn't really tell where leaks were coming from. There were leaks coming from the lower oil pan gasket. It was very old, and I had to scrape it off and, you know, make the surface nice. But I think there's transmission fluid. As I was working on the car, as I had it up for about 2 or 3 hours on the lift, I noticed a couple of drips form right underneath the grate, right underneath the torque converter. So I think there's a front main seal in the transmission that is actually leaking. Luckily, these transmissions are pretty easy to remove. The parts are cheap, they are available. So, just an FYI, it'll be in the copy on the auction, and we'll disclose it, of course. But we did fix some leaks. What I'm seeing right now, I just put a full tank of non-ethanol fuel in it, so the car's very happy. Engine mounts very smooth. The temperature is sitting at 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Oil pressure is right in the middle. All the gauges work, which is nice. My trip and my speedo work. Usually these bushings on these automatic 4-speeds on the column shifter are disintegrated, and it's really hard to get them in the gear where the needle moves. You can't tell what gear you're in or anything. So these bushings are really, really good. The tires are good. The suspension feels very tight. Steering's nice. I'm gonna just take this corner at 60 miles an hour. These cars, you can hustle them. The chassis is really good on them. This one feels really good. So I had I restored a 280 SE 4.5, and know how to work on them. I know what good ones drive like. Mine brought a bunch of money, and this is a really good one. You got your issues, of course, like the dashboard's cracking. But you have AC in here, which I'm going to turn on. It's actually warming up. It's a little, we've had 20, 15 degree days. Blows ice cold already, and it's almost 60 degrees outside. Compressor works nicely. This is the OEM. I think it's a Bear or a Coolmeister. I can't remember what the brand is, but it blows nicely. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. It's so good. I really, really like this car. Steering wheel's nice. Horns work. Also, the blinker stock does hold position as you turn up blinkers. A lot of these will chew out their indents, and they won't hold. It's the little details that tell me this car was very well taken care of. I will say the brakes, they don't pull to the right, they don't pull to the left. It's a nice linear brake. That said, they're a little touchy. I'm not sure why. They take a little while getting used to, but the car does brake quite nicely. It's just they're a little sensitive. Again, I'm being nitpicky since I've had a lot of experience with these cars. The wood's all in really nice shape. We'll go over the wood condition on the interior walk-around video. But this is just driving impressions at the moment. Very impressed with the way this car drives. The seats are excellent. The interior smells really good. You have these nice big armrests. You just cruise. You know, coming out of winter, going into spring, this is such a good time to own this car. If I were to buy one, I would buy one right around now and enjoy it. It gets a little hot here in Atlanta. July, August, AC won't really be able to keep up with the heat outside in the southern states. If you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, you're good for the summertime. But this is a really nice car overall. Alright, you have any comments or questions or concerns? Leave them in the comments, post them in the YouTube video, we'll get back to you. This has been a well-maintained vehicle. Obviously it has a couple of things, they all do, really. But overall, there's way more cons, there's way more pros than cons.